Shri Suman Beri, Vice Chairman person of the Ayog, and members Shri V.K. Saraswat, Professor Ramesh Chand, Dr. V.K. Paul, and Shri V.K. Virmani, along with CEO Niti Ayog, Shri B.V.R. Subramaniam. Vice Chairperson will make opening remarks. After that, CEO Niti will give details. After that, we will take questions. Thank you very much. Over to sir.
Thank you all for being here. As you know, today was the 8th meeting of the Governing Council of Niti Ayog, which has been meeting since Niti Ayog was created or founded in 2015. The Governing Council includes the Honorable Prime Minister as chairperson, those who are here, members and myself, and also members of the Union Government, as well as additional members. And you would have seen that the entire composition of the Governing Council of Niti Ayog was announced in a release about a week ago. What is the importance of the meeting of the Governing Council? It is the supreme body where states and the centre come together to talk about the development strategy for the country, and it meets in the form of Team India. I think there are two things that are of importance about this particular meeting of the Governing Council. First, that it took place very soon after the historic third term of this government. The second is that it retained the focus on Viksit Bharat at 2047. This had been the subject of last year's Governing Council meeting as well. Of course, since then we've been through an important general election. But I think that if it was the purpose of the Honorable Prime Minister when he spoke from the ramparts of the Red Fort on August 15th, 2022, to launch a national debate on how India should use its Amrit Kaal of the next 25 years, I would say that first, he has succeeded. Second, that this is much more about a national mobilization than it is about a particular document. And third, that with the return of this government, it is the central focus of the efforts of government and the states. I'll leave my opening remarks at that. I would now ask CEO Niti Ayog to make his presentation and then ask him to direct questions in the question and answer. So, CEO, could you take over?
Yeah. Thank you, Vice VC. Friends, this is the 9th meeting of the Governing Council of Niti Ayog, and this is announced quite well in advance. The Prime Minister had said pretty much in March that he would be convening a meeting of the Chief Ministers soon after the elections are over, which he did promptly. So soon after the election results, and he was sworn in, he held a meeting, and the date of the meeting was decided as 23rd. Of course, the obvious reason being that the Parliament being in session, everybody is around. So just to, get over what may be exciting some of you,
what was the participation like? Then that's what I think, so that's the curiosity all around. We had 10 absentees, so let me be very clear. There were 10 absentees and we had 26 participants. All states and duties put together are 26 in number, 36 in number, minus 10 absentees, we have 26. Who are the ones which are absent? We had absentees from Kerala, that was indicated much earlier, I mean, pretty much earlier, I mean, probably 10-12 days ago. We had Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, Bihar, Delhi, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh. The last minute, we had a dropout from Jharkhand and Puducherry for some personal reason. Bihar was having an assembly session till late yesterday evening, so there was no way he could have arrived. That was the reason why Bihar didn't come. The Chief Minister of West Bengal, however, was present, and she was also there. You may have seen some flutter here and there, etc. The Chief Minister of West Bengal had made a request to be given a turn before lunchtime. So I'm just putting facts on the ground, no interpretations. It was a very clear request from their side, because normally we would have gone alphabetically. So it begins with Andhra Pradesh, then Arunachal Pradesh, and then it goes on further down. Because West Bengal would be W, which would certainly come post-lunch session. They wanted a request. It was in writing, and we actually adjusted, and the Raksha Mantri actually called her in just before Gujarat. So she made her statement. Every Chief Minister is allotted 7 minutes, and there's just a clock on top of the screen which tells you the time that is remaining. So it goes from 7 to 6 to 5 to 4 to 3. At the end of that, it shows 0, 0, nothing else. Nothing else has happened other than that. And what happens is, the Raksha Mantri just does that on his table, that's it, and that's it. And then she said that, look, I would have liked to speak for more time, but I'll not speak anymore. That was it. There was nothing more. We all heard. She made her points, and we respectfully heard and noted her points, which will be reflected in the minutes. So I thought I will get over that at the beginning, because I think that's what most people will be curious about. Just to mention the fact, her Chief Secretary continued to attend, and he was in the room even after she left, because she had to catch a flight to Calcutta. She said that she had an assembly session. That's what she told me. In the morning itself, she told me. So that's as far as that is concerned. Now coming back, so I'll take about 10 minutes to quickly brief you on the proceedings of the day. The agenda was titled Viksit Bharat, and it had two major items on the agenda. One was an approach paper for preparing a vision document for Viksit Bharat, and the second is the outcomes of the Chief Secretary's conference, which was held in end December, where the theme was ease of living, and certain conclusions were arrived at on 5 sub-themes under ease of living in drinking water, electricity, education, health and land. So those conclusions of the Chief Secretaries were to be discussed and endorsed by the Chief Ministers. There were 2 parts to the agenda. As the Vice Chairman just said briefly, Viksit Bharat is something that the Prime Minister has been emphasizing since Independence Day 2022. From the ramparts, the Red Fort, he said we should start preparing for a Viksit Bharat by 2047. A lot of work has been happening since then. In a way, this is a part of that process. And to just make it more transparent and easier for all of you, we had in the agenda note circulated a document called an approach paper for a vision for Viksit Bharat at 2047, giving justification. Why is a Viksit Bharat plan needed? Why is this the opportune moment? Do you think India has the capabilities? What does Viksit Bharat mean? And what do we all need to do to plan that out? That document will be distributed to at the end of this press conference. I think copies are ready. My officers are there. They will just be distributing it to all of you. Now, a lot of the discussion was on this item. The Prime Minister, in his own opening remark, emphasized on the need for this. He talked about his own travels around the world. He talked about his experience of G20, and he talked about the goodwill that is there around the world for India and the need for India, in his own word, to grab the opportunity. And if you don't grab the opportunity, you will lose something which the whole world expects you to do. I think that is something he said. And he said, but a Vikasit Bharat, which is a developed India by 2047, cannot be achieved just by wishful thinking. You must have tangible goals which have to be pursued. And he said that the chief ministers have a major role in this, and that's why it was being discussed here. It is because a lot of the action for Vikasit Bharat is the collective action of states. So his basic request to all the states is, please develop vision plans for yourself, for each state, because Vikasit Bharat at the national level is an aggregation of a lot of Vikasit states. And to tell you all, the good news is, over the last year, a lot of states have moved ahead in preparing vision documents. Uttarakhand has one, Uttar Pradesh has one, Gujarat has one, Tamil Nadu has one. In the pipeline, we have Goa, we have Madhya Pradesh, we have Chhattisgarh, we have Orissa, we have Assam, and we have a couple of other states also, Bihar, lining up to prepare vision documents. And I think he made it very clear, why does the aspirational district program or the aspirational block program succeed? It succeeds because it is clear, monitorable, with fixed targets. And if you have fixed targets, you know whether you are online or not. I think if you want to achieve Vikasit Bharat, you should have fixed targets. So he emphasized that please prepare vision plans where you have targets which are monitored. It may not be for this generation, it may be for the next generation. But it's important that you are on the path from now itself. I think that is something he said. And the second thing, and you will get it from the paper we'll be circulating to you, India has demonstrated its capability in actually setting a target and achieving it. Be it in sports in the Asian Games, be it in Chandrayaan, be it COVID vaccine, be it in science and technology, be it in G20, we have demonstrated our ability to leapfrog and deliver what we promised. The nation, the Prime Minister said, is bursting with energy, competence and confidence. I'm translating into English. He said it, I will just note it the same, but it's the correct words. Confidence, energy and competence, it's all around. And it's the job of the leadership of the country at the national level and the state level to fulfill the hopes and aspirations of the people of India. And he said this is a golden opportunity. The second point he said is, it's not by throwing money alone that you can get everything. Money is often not the constraint. It's how you use the money, and more importantly, it's good governance that is necessary. And whether you want to succeed locally or globally, it's good governance and acting together which can take us to the outcome. He also talked about the positivity that is there for FDI around the world towards India. He wanted states to compete with each other to attract FDI into the country. So that, and he wanted a template to be prepared about how good states are. And the specific word he used is an investor-friendly charter.